He said, "Get out, you." that's like you going. Hey, you getting off? That's the same shit.
He cooking.
You ain't cooking, huh? Hey, if we're cooking, please comment down below.
Put the fry.
Hey,
like,
yeah, put the fry.
Yeah, the little fry
If
pan with
we're
the eggs in it
cooking,
or something like that.
About to say, nigga, sleep deprived and high over here.
All right, Vlad did an interview with Adam22 at No Jumper, and they had a hour-and-a-half conversation.
Some of it was about nothing.
A lot of it was about nothing. So as I watched this interview, Adam and Vlad, immediately in my mind, I'm like, I'm not watching clips, I'm watching it fully through, right? Just because I enjoy when they could get together.
I tried to do that too.
Yeah, but it was a little bit harder.
Yeah, no, that was real difficult. I ain't like this.
But I found moments. This nigga Vlad say, you know, a lot of young men don't know they're not trees. They're human.
Yeah.
Trees don't move. They stay stagnant.
Yeah.
I was like, Vlad, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you what the best part of that interview I think was.
See that shit.
You didn't see
There's
that
a couple things. I think Adam's in trouble for real. Like when we went
About what?
when we did just overall
It's
in
getting hot in
podcasting. When we did the episode of Joe was like actively kicking his
Soft nigga
back
can't
in,
take it.
just like this nigga sucks. Blase blah. There's nothing good going on with Adam22, and I still have faith, and I've always had faith in Adam22. But after watching that Vlad interview, I was like, nigga, this shit sucks. Like Adam sucked in that interview, like objectively compared to like how he's interviewed Vlad in the past, and even just his overall flow in the conversation. So what kept happening, I noticed during the interview is Vlad is Adam's OG. Poetic Flacco to academics, Adam22 to Vlad.
Oh, in that way.
For sure.
A little looser of a connection, but I see the
little looser of a
analogy.
connection, but
Yeah.
essentially.
Same principle.
Essentially. And in that interview, I noticed that a lot of the direct question to you is, this is what we do. This is he was trying to do a lot of, we run our operations so successfully and on the same plane.
A lot of weed talk.
And Vlad consistently throughout the interview was like, no, well, you do shit that I would never do. Vlad drew several lines in the sand during the entire interview.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Adam was computing it, like he kept trying to rope them together as like this unit, this powerful media conglomerate, which they are both powerful units, but he kept trying to put himself on the same level as Vlad. And Vlad was like, well, hold on. This is a business. Like, you're asking me questions like, the business didn't do as good last year. I didn't fail, but I went to the drawing board last year. Like, this is a business. Like, and then he's like saying certain things like, we would interview somebody, and then Vlad would be like, well, let's talk about that little Lucky, the whole Nipsey thing with Big U. I would have never done that shit. And then he was like, Adam was like, well, yeah, I feel like if I didn't do anything, Wack would have had a real problem with it. And he was like, I wouldn't put it out. Like, why would you do something like that? Like, Vlad was talking to him like, what the fuck, are we adults again? Like,
a disappointed father.
Bro, like,
yeah.
I feel like I saw the setback. I think Adam realized how set back he was in content in that conversation with Vlad.
You think he realized it?
I think he realized it in that conversation.
I think his name probably gets looped in with Vlad so much just in the internet space that subconsciously
he believes he's on the same level.
He thought that they at least had the same level of quality, which Vlad was certainly adamant about. It's like you're denouncing that nigga. It's not even.
Said, no,
it's not even possible.
He said we are not the same, bro.
Nigga said my business was bad and I did not fuck my wife with another man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So it was a lot of that, which I just
he
thought
just didn't give himself a salary,
which was interesting too. And then it was like Adam gets caught lying, and Vlad's calling him out for lying about the China Mag situation, and then he's like, Vlad's like, yeah, you've been telling people. I don't know what you've been telling people. And then Adam's like, I've been telling them my truth. And then he's like, gives him this like weird coked out look like, hey, don't throw me under the bus too much. I was lying, but rope your truth into my lie a little bit.
Like, hey nigga, this mic is still hot.
Can you throw me some bail, please?
Right,
I was like, what is happening in this interview, bro? That shit, the whole interview was like that. It was just fucking weird, bro.
Weird subtle cues.
That was one lie that he got caught in. Then another one. Well, no, it was it wasn't an Adam one, but Vlad was talking about bootleg Kev. he was like, Bootleg Kev was kind of exaggerating the truth too. Like last year, Bootleg Kev was kind of on a tour saying, Vlad turned my interview down because I didn't want it. And he was like, Vlad had to call him. It was like, hey, bro, you literally called me like within a month of you making a YouTube channel. You literally had zero motion. Like, don't act like your page had motion. And I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
It was like, you had just started, bro. You have to call me later. Like,
you ain't even walking yet.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so.
I think in a lot of ways, like Adam understands that the people who he beefs with in the podcast space don't like him or have no respect for his quality and what he produces. But I think somewhere in his psyche, he thought that the people he was still friends with in the game had that level of respect for him.
I think so too.
We all unanimously feel the same way about you. It's just obvious when the niggas beefing with you, say it out loud.
Right, yeah.
But it's like Vlad feels the same way. It's just we're cool about it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just tell you as a friend.
Yeah, like nigga, I would never do that.
Yeah, you've been doing some goofy shit, but
yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna get on here like Joe and just be like, no, fail, nigga. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. But yeah, nigga, you're wilding out here, bro. Like, and it was like, I think that was the first mature person that Adam has really spoken to.
Sat down with one that he respected too.
One that he respected too, where it was like,
it's probably the first nigga who didn't have little in front of his name.
Those wheeze got cringy about halfway through. I was like, please stop saying we. Vlad has made it very clear we're very different. Okay, stop saying we do it like this, we do it like that. You're interviewing him. Just get to him, right? Fuck what you do, nigga. Just interview Vlad and let's keep it pushing, bro. Like, it was fucking crazy. Let's pull up that one moment. I got the hyperlink in there where Vlad was saying, I would have never done that big you shit.
At least his eye is on the right target. Like him thinking that, he's on Vlad level. At least
you think that's the aim he should be going for?
I mean, it's something positive.
If you're trying to build a YouTube business 100%, I mean, Vlad is up there. Like, Vlad is... It's not a bad model, especially in
business model.
I
thought you meant in terms of like just
outside of them both like being white, I can see,
there's
Adam
more connection to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Got some
is it the fact check or is it the doing too much defamation suit doing?
Doing too much defamation.
Okay, that's the one I clicked on.
Who the fuck is Adam promoting on his clothes?
FTP.
Yeah.
I got you.
Conversation, but it's also not a conversation about the things that are obviously interesting, whereas me and you, we try to hone in on what's the interesting shit here. And a lot of people will give us shit for, being feds or getting a little too controversial or whatever. Do you feel like...
I think you become more controversial than I have.
I think so too. And I want to bring that up.
Especially with this new thing. Me and Big U had a conversation yesterday.
Well, how was that?
Well, like I wouldn't have put out what you put out. You know what I'm saying that Big U was somehow involved in Nipsey's death. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not true.
I don't think it's true either. It was kind of putting me in a weird position because Wack brought this guy on the podcast and he ended up saying all this out-of-pocket shit. And I kind of couldn't rationalize just like not releasing the episode in particular because I felt like Wack would probably be out of here if I didn't release the whole episode.
I would have not released it.
I'm going to say, it's crazy. He said,
which is the bread and butter.
He said, we and us.
Like 6
and
times.
And then Vlad responded with you and you.
We are not the same.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I love Vlad, man.
Bro,
shout out to Vlad.
This energy was consistent throughout the entire interview.
And that gotta be, Adam felt that.
I know he felt that.
It's almost like there's like a weird mirror that they're both looking in because for all intents and purposes, if Vlad grew up in a certain era at a certain age, he could have been Adam22. And same with Adam, vice versa.
Great, true.
If he was pushing pedals as hard as Adam, they would be the same. But it's just them niggas.
I mean, we got to remember too, Vlad is like 50 or almost 50. Like, and I think Adam is like late 30s, almost 40.
Mid 40.
Yeah.
They got a couple years apart.
About 10 years, 10, 11 years or something like that.
Both of some white dudes with some thick skulls.
But and then it's like, now with Adam saying that, Wack would have been out of here. It's like, Vlad's like, oh, so you're a hostage in your business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, there's one answer. Like, period. There's one answer. You don't put shit out like that. Yeah. And he's like, you over here telling me you trying to rationalize it. What are you talking about? Like, YouTube's a business. And then there was another point. I don't know if I have the hyperlink in there. It's just the whole interview was just, I was like, it was. If this talk didn't help Adam,
I was
not.
Bro, we just watched 20 seconds of a clip, and he aligned himself so many times.
It was so many social cues.
Yeah,
that
bro.
If Adam didn't pick up on it, it's over.
It's like,
Vlad,
exactly.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
Yo.
bro.
Vlad might be able to file for sexual harassment.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
They say he was really like.
Plugging on him,
Because
nigga.
Adam is keep trying to connect with him. You feel me?
He
Like,
refused to
what the
accept that shit.
Yeah.
let's
We are
keep
not
playing
dating.
because it's amazing, dog.
I got you.
Or reprimand Whack about that today and give him my thoughts on how we're
I
going to
would have
move
not
forward.
released it. And me and Wack are cool these days, so it's not like this is in no way a shot at Wack. But saying someone was involved in the murder of anyone, without really extremely solid 100% proof of that, because I call Big U because me and Big U were cool yesterday, and he got what's the dude's name? Loose Cannon.
Loose cannon.
He put his wife on the phone with us.
Okay.
He's still technically married. And she was like, this is all bullshit.
Wait, Loose Cannon's wife got on the phone with you and Big U
Yes.
and said that she doesn't believe it.
No, not only does she not believe it, but she's like, it's 100% false.
That's interesting that
Yes.
she's sat here and let her man say it.
Well, they're still technically married.
Right.
They're separated.
Okay.
There's some
Yeah,
domestic
don't worry
abuse.
about this
Another
part.
woman.
Yeah, don't worry about that. You can hit pause real quick.
Another episode of Adam not taking
Yeah.
accountability for some shit that
There's
was
one
produced
more-
on this
Throwing
platform.
it on somebody else.
Yeah, there's one more thing, and
Why did she let him say that?
so like in Adam essentially getting sunned and just getting sunned this whole episode essentially.
Etiquette
son.
training.
Yeah, this nigga had
Yeah.
the nerve to take a shot at Community World. I was like, okay, just because you getting sunned don't mean you get to take cheap shots at niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about somebody worse than me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was doing like little.
He took a little jab because that dude, that Mexican dude that has all the tattoos, lefty gunplay. He's been doing the tour, long story short.
Oh, the guy who's like, I was in the jail with
Yeah,
with
yeah.
gunplay. He's a real fool.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like
Yeah.
in this, he tried to make it seem he pretty much was talking about that guy because he just did the tour through the whole Community World, community clips, Community, back on Fig. Like he
Yeah.
did the whole tour. And he was pretty much saying like, yeah, like some of these like guys are like whoring themselves out. They're just like going through the entire circuit. I'm like, no, you don't be taking those cheap shots. You're getting sunned right now. You need to
So
you know what I'm
handle
saying?
the problem that's in front of you.
Handle the problem that's in front of you. Don't worry
Yeah.
about what these niggas got going on over here. You got issues over in your own house.
But he's probably not even noticing the problem that's in front of him.
He doesn't.
You know
He
what I'm
doesn't.
saying? Because it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, hit
I
play
don't
real
know.
quick because I think this is it.
I got you. I'll run it up.
It is weird seeing them side by side.
Him and to the people around him, they're kind of like thinking of just going on podcasts as a good means of doing promotion. From my perspective, it's kind of like once you've done a couple of these interviews, it probably makes sense for you to just chill out because it's like each person only has like your personality is your fucking superpower as a rapper, especially if it's someone like him who's like unbelievably entertaining and funny. And it's like if you just are going on a different podcast every week, you're really like sapping that special meter bar to the point where eventually maybe people are gonna like fully lose interest. Like we've seen that with Crip Mac. Crip Mac comes on my show. He's doing millions and millions and millions of views. He proceeds to do every single podcast he could possibly get on. At a certain point, those numbers really start dipping. Now he's somebody who's kind of like sustainably interesting to people, so probably doesn't feel the effects of it as much. But I see this with people constantly, and I kind of want to tell them like, if you're just spreading yourself this thin, it's not going to end up in a good way.
It's like he's in the whip.
It's hard to say because every podcast, every significant podcast has their own audience. And there is overlap. Like, there's overlap between No Jumper and Vlad TV, but there's also a
Yeah, hit
uniqueness.
pause real quick.
He said those are my least favorite fans.
Yeah, so
That was probably the
just-
only
ones that also
time he
watch
kind of
your shit.
connected them to.
So yeah, there's other moments too in this where it was just so much connection that he was trying to make between them, and it almost seemed like I think what Adam thought, because this is kind of what's happened before, but this is during T-Rel and AD is there, business is booming. So now him and Vlad can, as colleagues, come together and kind of like brag back and forth and say, I'm proud of how you built this thing and I see what you're doing.
Legs crossed, tea in hand, like,
yeah, like,
yeah.
bro, I really like what you've been doing, bro. I see
Yeah.
you've been clocking a nice 20, 30 million a month, man, I see what you've been doing, bro. Like,
oh no, I feel like I'm gonna get robbed after this.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
these two was celebratory.
No, like views or something like that, not money. But yeah, it was more of like a mutual respect. So I think he was trying to have that again.
Adam was trying to think I give you a hand, you give me a hand. You know what I mean? And in all freaky way possible.
Let's celebrate each other.
Yeah.
And it was like Vlad was like, well, we have to make very clear distinctions between us.
Yeah.
Because you doing a lot of weed talking, nigga. You got a possible lawsuit hanging over your head, nigga. Fuck all that shit.
Maybe he's trying to find out how many friends he still got in the game.
This definitely felt like this is my last friend. This interview felt like, whew, thank God my last friend is here. And then holy shit, he's even kind of separating with me. He respects me. He fucks with me because Vlad, based on what it seems like, he's gonna keep it 100 with you. It's just like, hey, you realize you got to shape up, bro. You got to get this shit together.
And I think slowly but surely, Adam22 is just in his personal life, he's gonna realize that he fucked up. I think he knows he fucked up, but like moments like this where he really realizes, like, I kind of ruined everything I had going for myself.
Bro. Yeah,
and there's kind of nothing I can do to get it back.
No. Damn. Yeah, it's crazy,
Kind of crazy, bro.
All them high moments after like pulling the Lena thing is like clouded his mind and make him think he had it under control. I can see something y'all niggas can't see. But
no
it's like,
man can live that good. You thought you could fuck girls with your girl and come out unscathed in life? To that degree?
Nah. It could probably happen.
There's an opportunity. To that degree?
Not to that degree.
To where you selling it and you make it $1 million empire? Nah, nigga. There's a cost for this.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking soul.
This shit is gonna hurt you in some way.
Your soul.
It's different if you and your girl just, doing threesomes on the side and shit,
different.
like regular civilian shit.
No.
But when there's
completely
cameras
giving
involved,
them up. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man,